At 62, Graham Norton names the 6 guests he couldn't stand. Might sound like a piece of celebrity score settling, but in reality, it reflects the presenter's wry, self-aware approach to fame and conversation rather than any serious attempt to shame individuals. Over decades on television, Norton has built a reputation for warmth, quick wit, and an ability to put even the most guarded stars at ease. When he speaks about guests he found difficult, it is usually in broad, humorous terms, describing types of behavior rather than pointing fingers at specific people. One category Norton has often alluded to is the guest who takes themselves far too seriously. These are the stars who arrive armored in self-importance, determined to control every word and image. For a host whose show thrives on spontaneity and playful exchange, that kind of rigidity can bring the atmosphere to a halt. Norton has joked that no amount of charm or red chair storytelling can crack someone who refuses to laugh at themselves. And the tension is often obvious to viewers at home. Another group that clearly tested his patience is the monosyllabic guest. Talk shows live and die by conversation. And when a guest responds with clipped answers and offers nothing in return, the burden falls entirely on the host. Norton has described the challenge of dragging anecdotes out of someone who seems determined to give as little as possible, turning what should be an easy chat into something closer to an interrogation. There is also the guest who arrives over-rehearsed, armed with pre-approved anecdotes and promotional sound bites. While preparation is expected, Norton has made it clear that overly polished performances drain the fun from the format. His show works best when guests bounce off each other, react in real time, and occasionally say something unexpected. When every answer sounds like it came from a press release, the spark disappears. Equally difficult in Norton's telling is the guest who dominates the sofa. With multiple celebrities sharing the stage, balance is essential. He has spoken about the frustration of guests who talk over others, hijack stories, or seem oblivious to the fact that they are not alone. These moments force the host into the role of traffic controller, trying to ensure everyone gets their moment without dampening the mood. Another type that Norton has gently criticized is the guest who treats the appearance as beneath them. This can come across as visible boredom, a lack of engagement, or an air of obligation rather than enthusiasm. For a show built on mutual enjoyment, that attitude can be deflating. Norton has suggested that audiences are quick to notice when a guest would rather be anywhere else, and it rarely reflects well on the celebrity involved. Finally, there is the guest who crosses the line from relaxed to careless, often by ignoring boundaries or basic courtesy. Norton's humor may be cheeky, but it is never cruel. And he has implied that guests who mistake informality for license can create awkward moments for everyone involved. Navigating those situations requires tact, especially on live or lightly edited television. What stands out in Norton's reflections is not bitterness, but professionalism. He acknowledges that not every personality suits the same format and that nerves, exhaustion, or cultural differences can all play a role. Rather than naming and shaming, he uses these stories to underline what makes good television: generosity, humor, and a willingness to engage. In doing so, Norton reinforces why he has remained one of the most respected hosts in the business, capable of handling even the most challenging guests with grace and a well-timed punchline.